Here's our stringer, and we're going to lay out 5 steps for the stringer and for making our stairs. So we're going to get to it. So here's our stringer. We cut it out. We just laid everything out. We got a 7 and 11-inch rise, and that's what we're looking at here. So I'm looking at a 7-inch and 11 inches on this side. I'll have to come back in, and if I need to make any adjustments to my cut, you can kind of see how it's bowing just a little bit. So I need to come in and just trim that up just a little bit. But that's what we're looking at here. I want them to all to be consistent. So if they're off, what I do is I make sure that when I'm cutting, I have to cut on one side of the line or the other. And instead of picking one on one time and one on the other time, what I'll do is I'll end up picking the side of the line, and I always try to leave my pencil mark on the board itself. So if I got to make an adjustment, I got some room to make instead of just trying to take off more than I actually need when it's going. So there we go. We got our stringer laid out, 7 to 11, rise, overrun. And so what we need though is we need 5 steps to go up 3 feet. And so this is going to be our first one. We always cut our first one to 5.5 inches. And then when we add in our 1.5 board here, that gets us to our 7, and that starts us on layout. And then every time that we go up, then every step is the same, even the very first step. So we make our adjustment here to allow for our layout to be the same every single time. So that's key when you're laying these out. You got to keep that in mind that this one's not 7 inches, it's 5.5, and make it appropriate. And then, so this will be 1 step, this is 2 steps, 3 steps, this is 4, and then we're going to cut this right here, and the last step will actually get off of the deck itself, and so this will be 5. So really what I'm looking at, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so that's what I'll end up having is the risers is kind of what I'm counting. I got 1 rise, 2, 3, 4, and the last one will come off the deck. So that'll be our 5, and we'll cut that. So we got our stairs. We're just gonna load these back on the trailer and get everything ready to go down to Chitna. These stair stringers, you can see when we cut those stringers out over there, we cut out the 3 of them, and we kind of go standard 36 inches in between stringers. If I'm going anything over 36 inches, I like to run an added support into it, just so that the steps don't have any deflection inside of it. So that would be in the step here. So when you're stepping on it, you're actually, the 2x6s can actually hold you up. If you start spanning a farther distance between your stringers here, the center can sag. So we want to make sure that we're maintaining little deflection as possible, and that's going to help with the longevity of the stairs. We have this bottom step. We compensated again for this one right down here on the bottom to allow us room for when we put our step on, that this first one creates the same distance on there. So all together here, we got our 7 inches, and then as we come up, we carry that 7 inches all the way. We want all of our steps to be the same. Our deck, when we come in and place it, it'll actually, we'll mount this on the deck, and so it's going to be mounted to these, and we'll have it to where the last 7 inches will come down, and it'll be 7 inches from here to the actual top of the deck, and that'll be our last step up onto the deck once we're said and done. I just wanted to cut these out here and get them all screwed in, and the less work that I have to do down there in Chitna. Pretty much going to be dropping and going, and that's it. We'll throw some balls for Ryder.